Mic check 1 2 1 2. Thursday edition of SlickBlast RapCast. I am the bald kid nostalgic, and this is SlickBlast RapCast. Today, on tonight's show, it should be a special one. This will be the first. These will be the first Latino MCs on SlickBlast RapCast, which is special, as I am Latino as well, a proud Puerto Rican American. And what's going on, Lex? What's up, brother? How are you, man? Lex in the city from the CMU crew, and wasting no time. Wasting no time. All right. Wisdom just requested, and there he is. All right. What's going on, brother? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Good. Just chilling, doing the dad thing and the husband thing right before I got on here. So just kicking it, man. Ready to get into this, man.
That's cool, man. Welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome to the show. And once again, it's pretty cool, man. You're the first. You and Jay will be the first Latinos on SlickBlast RapCast as MCs, as far as an artist, and that's pretty special. So just a fun fact,
Definitely, man. It's dope, man. Thank you for having us, man, and get ready to chop it up, man. What's going on to Lex? I see Lex in the comments.
Yes, sir, man. He's very active. Much love to Lex. Jay, I see, also joined, so he'll be on in a few. And yeah, we'll be introducing 1773. These are Chicago MCs. They've been doing it for a long time. And, I think it's a beautiful thing when Chicago artists come together on different facets of hip hop. It's just a beautiful thing, man. So I'm happy to have you guys on. And yeah, we're gonna do the damn thing, man. We're gonna take the DeLorean, as I like to say. We're gonna take the virtual DeLorean, go back in time. And we'll definitely break down, your influences, all the fun stuff, all the fun stuff. So
definitely, man, we definitely get into it and have some fun with it, man. That's one big thing that I see that's missing in hip hop is just people having fun with it. So it's good to keep that alive and keep it going, because that's the era I know we come from. With the whole the native tongue movement, which was a big inspiration to us and our sound, and so having fun with it, man. People just forget to have fun with it. So yeah,
cool, man. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. The fun factor in hip hop has definitely you don't see it as much and you don't hear it as much. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because I can see just like watching some of your videos and hearing your music, it's the feel good factor, right? That's been lacking, I feel. So it's good to hear feel good. And so it seems like Jay's having an issue. He said he's trying to get on, so hopefully we'll have him on in a few. But for now, man, you and I can we could kind of set it off, until Jay gets there.
Yeah, I think he tried joining at some point. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I'm sure, but yeah, hopefully he'll figure it out. So yeah, man. So we can start with you first, then, since you're on. Give me some of your influences, man. Back in the day, when you were in grade school, like, who were some of your influences, if you can name, whether they're solo MCs, just in general,
I think starting off, like, pretty much what got me into hip hop was like, you always have that older cousin or that older friend that kind of like tells you like, yo, check this out, man, peep this. But that goes to my cousin Lewis, and then I also had a best friend whose name was Lewis, and they were kind of two older guys that kind of like introduced me into like the culture, and Run DMC, the Raising Hell album. That was kind of like the first thing that I like heard when I was like 10, 11. And that's kind of what got me into it. And so Run DMC, definitely like one of my first influences, man. That Raising Hell album, man, I must have had that thing on repeat like for years, as a kid coming up. And then just kind of like moving. LL Cool J also,
Oh
as far as
yeah.
like the whole late '80s era, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap. So that's moving into the '90s. Once I heard like Tribe, De La, all those guys, Chi Ali, Black Sheep, the whole native tongue movement was kind of something that I really like. I think gravitated more towards, because there was like, there was, NWA, Public Enemy, a lot of those groups were out at the time.
Right.
But like, it was something about like the native tongue movement, and just how they made music and how it was just like I said, that fun element to it. They spoke on issues, but it was also like, let's have fun while we do that. So
Right.
that's definitely like a big influence to me. And then probably like more into maybe the mid '90s. The Roots kind of came on the scene, and that was like, that was
Yeah.
definitely another big influence to me. And just I was always big on like the NY sound. So like Nas, Black Moon, uh, a lot of those cats, the whole like boot camp clique. Uh, so yeah, a lot of those guys were a big influence to me. And then like over on the West, groups like Farside, the whole hieroglyphics movement, like those guys were like, Souls of Mischief, Casual, Dell, like all them dudes coming out like out of Oakland and Farside in LA. So like those guys were definitely a big influence on me and like the hip hop I make. So yeah, man, it's I guess we're aging ourselves when we say this stuff, but hey, man, that's I wouldn't have it no other way, man. I love that I grew up in that era and got to be there firsthand and witness it and live through it. And it's kind of what helps shapes us, through life and stuff. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Wiz. We were definitely blessed to be a part of that era, physically witnessing it live, right? It wasn't just a YouTube video, it wasn't clips, it wasn't
yeah,
somebody telling you about it. We naturally saw it before our very own eyes, and it was a revolution, man.
yeah,
It was a one-time deal in terms of just it'll never be like that again. But guys like you, myself, other talented MCs in Chicago and all over the world can keep preserving this culture, as I like to say, and keep it going, man. Keep the seeds planted, and then for the next generation. So it looks like Jay. Okay, cool. So Jay sent a request, and we're gonna get him on now. It looks like, all right.
bam,
So excuse me
bam,
for a second. That's right. Wham
partner in
bam.
rhyme,
Alrighty. So it looks like he's gonna be on in a couple of seconds. We're just waiting to see his mug, and there he
bam,
is. Bada bing, bada boom.
partner in rhyme right
Yeah,
here.
There you go. That's the other half of 1773. Welcome,
In
brother.
the place.
Welcome to Slick Blast. Yes, right. And the place to be. Welcome to Slick Blast RapCast.
I appreciate that. I'm happy and honored to be on. We're happy and honored to be on, I should say. Sorry for the delay. I'm fashionably to the time. So
Not, not a problem at all, man. That's the beautiful thing about this show. Never a judgment, and it's real life stuff. So I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. It's So Jay, man, I wanted to clarify. Well, you
yeah,
guys are both you guys are both Latinos. So can you both see where you guys are from? Where your Latino heritage?
yeah, definitely. My background is I'm Puerto Rican. Technically, I'm Puerto Rican and Brazilian, Afro American. But
Very cool.
I definitely was raised more towards my Puerto Rican side. So yeah,
Boricua,
that's
Boricua.
basically yeah. Yo soy.
Very
Yeah,
very
so
cool.
Wiz,
Yeah,
And then
definitely
Wiz.
expound
yeah.
your roots.
I'm my parents both born in Puerto Rico. So I'm like, would that be first generation that would make me, right? Um, born here in Chicago, born and raised. So yeah, my parents Puerto Rican, both of them. People are always like, "You look white," but yeah, I got cousins that blonde hair, blue eyes, and then I got cousins that look like Jay. So we kind of cover we kind of cover every skin tone, every hair texture. So
Right.
it's funny when people say you don't look Puerto Rican, but hey, we're all across the board. So
And
yeah.
us three here are prime examples. You got I'm beige, you're white,
Uh-huh.
and you got the chocolate.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
I love it, man.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. So again, I was hyped, man. I was hyped about this particular episode again because you guys are local guys, and so far I've had OGs on, right? Guys that we grew up listening to. Everybody that I've been trying to rack up has been guys that we grew up listening to. So
Yeah,
it is,
that's dope. That's dope.
yeah. So it's special to have our generation, us three, representing the culture live right now, and it's a to me it's a moment. It's a special moment. So yeah, man, it's special to me. So definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. So shout out to you guys for representing the culture lovely and well. And
We appreciate
so no doubt. So yeah, now it's clarified. You got three Boricuas on.
Yep.
It's everybody better watch out. Everybody better watch out. we might cook some alcapurrias during the segment. Who knows?
Some pastelillos.
Some
I
pastelillos.
was gonna say, I got some pastelillos in the kitchen right now.
Woo! I love it. Got a quenepa tree in the back with the chia pets.
Hey.
We got it all covered. So yeah, guys. So okay, so let's rewind, man. As I told Wiz, let's go in the DeLorean and let's go back in time, man. I want to know how you guys became 1773 and how did you guys link up? How did this foundation start between you two, this unionship? So if you guys could break it down, whoever wants to go first.
I mean, yeah, we could just chime in on each other's. I mean, it's gonna be the same story.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Both of us were actually this is way back when we were doing our solo things. He was doing his solo thing, I was doing my solo thing, and obviously, like when you're in the hip hop community and when you're an MC, especially like in a city like Chicago, like everybody kind of like cross paths at some point, you know what I mean? And even if you don't know somebody, you know them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like our situation in the beginnings of things. And, we ended up I think we ended up doing a few shows as solo acts, but on the same bill a few times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like knowing some of the same, we had some of the same homies, and Wiz, you probably have a better memory than me with all of this. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much the makings of where it all started.
Yeah. That's kind of how we met each other was like, we did a lot of shows together. And we also shared the same DJ, who was a good friend of both of ours. So
nice.
From there we kind of build a relationship. But originally I had an idea to do a group project, and I had the name 1773 already, and originally it was supposed to be me and a producer. That's the idea I had. Things didn't work out, for whatever reason, and and I hit Jay up and I was like, yo man, would you be down to do like a project with me? Like we were just, it was just kind of gonna be kind of like a side project because we already had like solo stuff going. And Jay was like, Jay was down. He was like, yeah, let's do it, man. And I was moving to Portland, to actually do music, go on tour and kind of do it more as a full-time thing, with my guys from out there, Lightheaded. And, and right before I moved, we actually like banged out a whole project within the week before I moved out to Portland.
Wow.
So that became our first album together, which we thought it was going to be like maybe just that, and then we would go on and keep doing our solo stuff. But man, it was just the chemistry was there. We started doing shows as a group, And then just as far as like, because we love recording, we love like writing and putting songs together, but the stage is where we shine the most as a group. And as we did more shows together, it was just like, man, this works, man. We blend well together on stage. We know how to rock a crowd. Our set, like, we would always put together sets because we always looked at it as like more as a production, like, when you go to see a play or you go to see something like that.
Right.
Rather than just another group on stage just rapping songs. We didn't want it to be like, oh man, I could just like, why am I watching this dude perform? I could just pop his album in. It's the same thing. We wanted to give you a full on show. So with that, it was just kind of like it blended into like, man, let's keep going. Let's keep doing the group thing, and we kept banging out projects and working on stuff. So that's kind of the origins, and how we kind of built into more of a like just a straight up group.
Yeah, and I think just to add to that, after the first like few shows we did together, I think that really solidified us as a unit, even though we originally kind of just like, oh, we're just gonna do this side project real quick.
Yeah.
But once we did a few shows together, and not only did we recognize like the crowd's response from our shows, but we also recognized the chemistry that we had together. That was kind of like, it was kind of like weird. It was so natural.
Yeah.
Like it's not like we had been doing shows together, like, as a unit for a long time, but somehow it's like when we would be on stage, we already knew that we wanted to do more. Like Wiz said, we wanted to do more than just be on stage rapping. We wanted to like give the crowd a show. You know what I'm saying? And like, so some of the things we would do naturally, just like out of instinct, were like in sync. You know what I mean? And like, like I think after the first few shows, we were like, yo, we onto something here, you know what I mean? And then it just kept building from there. And like we worked on another project, and that did really well. And then we got more shows, we toured, and it was just like it kept building, and it also helped, develop a friendship between us. Like we're brothers now.
A brotherhood,
yeah.
Definitely.
Like we legit we talk every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Pretty much.
That's special. That's special. And especially, throughout the times, this time that we've had, right, this whole year, I won't mention what it is, but we all know what it is. I feel like, and I've said it before, the crapdemic, I call it. It was, to keep it, it was a blessing in a way, because you guys were able to make this album throughout this whole process. And it kind of gave you more creative juices, right, to motivate you more. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah. It's funny because it almost came back full circle to like how we started, because we took like 9 years off from recording or doing anything.
About like 9 to 10
Our
years.
last project.
Yeah,
our last project came out like 2011 or 2012, something like that.
Wow.
And so we were just doing life things,
Of course.
And so like this whole situation, I'll call it, is exactly what you said. Like it got our creative juices flowing, and like I said, it came back full circle because Wiz hit me up and was like, "Yo," it's like, "I've been sitting on these beats.
Yeah.
How you feel about like doing a couple of these beats?" And I'm like, "Word, let's go." And it was like as soon as I sat down to write, it was like the floodgates just opened up, and like, everything was coming to us. We were like, and at this time, we were texting each other our verses. Like I'll write a verse, text it to him, and then he'd be like, "Oh, got you." And then he'll write a verse, text it to me, and then we would like send a voice message to each other to make sure we like on the same page. And like next thing we know, full album done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And shout out to our homie Bombirdo, who was kind of the one that helped kick it off, because I had like a few beats that he sent me. Like, man, I literally probably sat on them for like 2 or 3 years, and And at the time when he sent it to me, it was like, yeah, I would get ideas, but I never like would actually sit down and really like focus on writing and stuff like that. But yeah, just, with the whole thing going on last year, it was probably around November when I hit up Jay and was like, yo, man, I got these beats that I've been sitting on, haven't really done anything to them. I got an idea for, a couple of songs for a couple of the beats. Let me send them your way. And if you like them, let's try and work on something. And originally we were planning on probably doing like, again, like Jay said, full circle. We were planning on doing like maybe like a 3-song EP or something like that, just something to put out. And then that kind of build into like, okay, let me, Bombay, Beardo Bombay, we call him Bombay. He's the homie. That's cool. But yeah, we hit him up. We're like, yo, you got any more beats you can send us? Because we kind of wrote to these 3 that you sent us. He's like, oh yeah, here, I'm gonna send you another batch. And so they kind of build from that. As he kept sending us stuff, we just kept writing, and man, growth chart. That's what pretty much birthed the album.
That's beautiful, gentlemen. That's beautiful. My OG's on. My mom, she said, "Bright minds united." Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know it. You know definitely. It. Yeah. That's so right. And shout out to every. By the way, I see some people on. I'm sure there's some of your people's on. So shout out to them for being on as well.
DJ Tex, ones and twos. Salute. Yep. Salute you, man. Salute to you, brother.
Yep. And then we got Diform. Shout out to you as well. So we appreciate everybody being on. Lex, once again, thank you. As he snapped on the visuals and the camera work and all that stuff. He did a great job, man. So,
yes,
nicely done.
That's our brother. He's a member of 1773 as well. That's like, we call him the Jerobi of the group.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. It's like whenever that makes sense. There he goes right there. So
he said KTD.
KTD. Well, that was another question I had, man. Since it's easier to ask more questions, right? Because we all grew up in the same city. So what neighborhood did you guys grow up in as kids? Because some more than others, like 7 to 10, some 1 and 2. So where did you guys grow up, or where was in the beginning?
Yeah, I primarily moved around a lot when I was younger, but primarily I grew up in Logan Square. Like I lived in Logan Square probably 20 years of my life.
Okay.
And my parents were like divorced from when I was like 2 years old. So like my pops like moved a couple times, and he primarily stayed on the south side. And then my mom's moved around a lot, but it was all like in the same neighborhood. She would move just like from one apartment to the next apartment to the next apartment, but like within a 2-block radius. You know what I mean?
I can relate to that too.
Yeah, so I primarily grew up in I moved to Humble Park for a little bit, and then moved right back to Logan Square. So when I talk about home and what area I represent, it's always Logan Square for me.
So that's the heart. That's the essence for you, is Logan Square, right?
Always.
Super dope. I'm sorry. And then Wiz, how about you?
I like many years in Humble Park, as a Puerto Rican and, Puerto Rican family. Everybody, well, Chicagoans and most people know that, Humble Park is a Puerto Rican community. And so basically from when I was born to right up to high school, right before I started high school, we lived in Humble Park. And then I moved to like the Belmont Cragen neighborhood, and then Logan Square. Me, Jay, and Lex, we were actually roommates, and the 3 of us lived in Logan Square for like, what was it, 4 years, 5 years?
Something like that.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we were roommates for a while, and during that time, that was like a super creative boost for us, because we had a like in-home studio, and we just used to bang out songs and record them right on the spot. We did when we lived together. We probably did about 5 projects within the span of like 3 or 4 months. So that was a
Wow.
good time. Yeah, but
And you guys were busy.
yeah, man. Yeah, when the creative juices flow, they flow deep.
They flow all the way through.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's super
What's
cool.
that? Yo, that's my boy. What up? My man Mike, Haitian King, just joined. What up, Mike? Stratosphere crew. That was our old crew back in the day. What up?
Oh, okay, nice. Shout out to Haitian King. Shout out to him, man. No doubt. That's super dope. Shout out to the homie Brad Rock as well. He's from North Carolina. Shout out to Brad Rock. He has every. I think he has every damn CD in existence. Every time I mention a group, he just pops up with a damn CD. It's but he's Master Rock, the homie. Also went to high school with him. I call him the human can of Red Bull. Shout out to him, Master Rock.
What up?
I got nicknames for everybody, bro. You guys will get. You guys will know this about me. So another question I had, man. I usually ask this question in the end of a segment, but we're gonna switch it up. So give me a dead or alive 3 MCs. No, actually, it could be a group. I know. You gotta get the ooh, yeah. You see the adobo and sazon are in the pot right now. So
it's in the pot.
Yeah. So 3 MCs. It could be groups, 3 groups, MCs. You can mix and match. It doesn't matter. It's like a vending machine. Mix and match. Dead or alive. Whoever wants to go first, it's up to you guys. Who do you want to work with if you had the chance this weekend?
Work with
this
that's a new.
weekend.
I thought you were gonna give us like a top 3 or something like that. Give us
No,
top 3.
I gotta spice it up. You know,
work with
in a different direction.
Yeah, man.
I didn't see that one coming. Lex said, "I can tell what Wiz is going to say."
All right.
I'll go first.
All right, cool.
So group or soloist who to work with. Off the top of the head, I would say Tribe would be dope to work with them, do a joint with them.
Great answer. Great answer.
Man, it's hard because I would say with that one, I would say Tribe or De La. Like it can go either way. Like I would love to do both, but I'll go with Tribe as you know. That's one for me. Tribe. Oh man.
You can do solo. You can mix and match. The second one could be a solo.
Trying to think.
Yeah.
It's so many people that I just want to like list, but I'm trying to keep it to 3.
Okay.
Solo. Big Puns. That'd be my second choice. Big Pun because he'll probably make us look terrible on a song, but I don't even care. I'll let that dude go crazy.
It don't matter.
That's one of my favorite MCs of all time. Big Pun and 3. Man, CL Smooth. He's always been one of my favorites.
That's an underrated pick, by the way. That's
that's not.
That's a great pick.
That's not somebody that they would usually pick, or anybody would usually pick, and that's like I wanted to throw a curveball, but definitely CL Smooth because that dude he's just buttered and smooth with it, man. He's one of my favorites. So yeah, CL Smooth, Big Pun,
definitely.
Try. That's my 3.
Okay, great answers.
Yeah, for me, man, 3 MCs or groups, definitely right off the back. I'm gonna put them into one category, but it would have to be number 1, Black Thought and or the Roots together. I'm a huge Black Thought fan.
Yes.
And like just as a lyricist and then like the group together, the Roots, like that would be like
everything
dream come true.
Yeah.
Dream come true.
Yeah.
So that would be my number 1. My number 2 would probably be the Mighty Mos Def, also known as Yasin Bey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would just love to just go like bar for bar with him just on the track. You know what I'm saying? And wild out, have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like his laid back flow is very like inspiring to me. Always has been.
So
You know what I
dope.
mean? But
So
like
dope.
Yeah.
he still gives me so much lyrical content within his laid back style. So like I've always appreciated that. And then I have to be honest, like I was gonna say Big Daddy Kane because I've always loved him as an MC.
You can.
Yeah.
You still can.
But I almost feel wrong doing that without mentioning Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I know.
And the reason why I'm still wrong about that is because Tribe Called Quest is the reason why I started rapping. They're the reason. They inspired me to write my first verse. Was listening to Tribe Called Quest when I was like 11 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I wrote my first terrible verse. It was a terrible verse.
Oh yeah.
That's all of us, bro. That's all of us. Come on now.
Yeah. I would have to put Big Daddy Kane as my third runner up and put Tribe in
your honorable mention.
There you go.
Yeah.
You had to slide that in like a DM. You had to slide up in there. That's cool. Great choice, man. Shout out to DJ Hector V, my brother. Shout out to Stay Space, his wonderful wife.
Stay Space. What up, y'all? I see y'all up in here.
I love both of y'all, man. Y'all are like the dopest like human beings, first of all.
Yeah.
But also when it comes to like hip hop culture, like those two, Heck and Stace, yo, like man, they're just out of this world, yo. I love them both.
Big love to both of y'all, man.
Definitely. Great-hearted people, man. And it's funny because I met Hector in 2004 from a friend I went to high school with. Shout out to Mario. And De La Soul, the grind date was the out. So I was at his barbecue. He lived he lived in like Addison. It was that area, like by where the Target is at, Addison and like Kedzie. And
Kedzie,
yeah, dude, this was 2004, dude. Crazy. That's when I met him. And then my boy's like, yeah, there's Hector, there's P. And then you like hip hop? Oh no, yeah, of course. Do you? Hey, I got the grind date in the car, bro. We were in the car for like 2 hours. 2 hours. We were just talking, bro. My head was steaming, my bald head, it was cooking. And you know how it is. The adrenaline rush, right? Of exchanging beautiful. It's beautiful, man. That's why hip hop is such a beautiful culture. And it speaks different languages, man. Whether you're in the hood, whether you're in the liquor store, whether you're going canepas, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that connection you build with people, man, is something special, man. Like hip hop has definitely done that for a lot of people. It's dope. Absolutely.
So again, and I do want to say, not even a moment of silence, but I want us to recognize the phenomenal Biz Markie, and let's pray for this man. As we as we all know, unfortunate posts where you kind of get lost in translation and you don't know what's going on, whether he passed, he's officially still alive. So let's pray that he gets out of this and pulls out of it,
Yeah, definitely, man. Health and strength to him, man. Big time.
Yeah, so you know what? Yeah, Hector, I'm sorry, but yeah, he said no, he corrected. He said no, P in 03, little brother, the listening. Yeah, you're right, my bad. 03. We met in 03. I'm getting old. I'm sorry. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate it. So let's dive into your album, man. So I enjoy the album. It just brings it back to that essence. And I love the fact that you guys are Chicago guys and you could hear the influences right away. Remember, I believe I told you I said it's got the Pete Rock. The song that I posted, to set up all this.
Check.
That's one of my favorite tracks, and it almost sounded like it just has a Pete Rock influence, right? The beat, and then you guys rocking over it is just a reflection of of your influences, right? And it's cool. It's a nice. It's the best of both worlds. It's an influence, but your lyrics. It's your lyrics coming from your heart. So it's a nice blend all at once. So let's talk about your album, man. Let's definitely talk about the album because it wouldn't be SlickBlast RapCast if we didn't talk about your album. So let's.
Right.
So
yeah, we like Wiz mentioned, man. We got to give much props and respect first and foremost to Bombeardo. Like we always call him Bombay, but Bombeardo.
I like it. It's a cool nickname. Yeah.
Yeah. We just got to give him props, man, for the production and the beats and just like helping to bring that creative energy out of us when we were writing. Especially like as being on such a long hiatus. Like, it didn't feel like we needed a push, but like we still got a little push in the production.
Right.
Without even, you know what I'm saying? So big shout to him for that, first of all. And then like we really just wanted to like come in strong. Like we wanted to make sure that our first album after like being gone for so long off the scene was heavy. It was hard and still like, you know, having lyrical content that was relevant to times and things of that nature. But we wanted everything to be like, you know, not too subtle. We wanted to come back and feel like, yo, this is a hip hop album, right? Here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like Bombeardo providing the soundtrack to that is, I've known him since '04. He was actually we used to be roommates out in Portland.
Cool.
And dude is just an insane turntablist. He's a DMC champion.
Really?
I think from I want to say I want to say from 2016, I believe he won.
That's impressive.
That's impressive. That's what he's been busy kind of like, you know, he's been in practice mode right now because he's going to be entering the next DMC. But he's an insane turntablist. We did our first tour. I did my first tour with him back in '04. And that's how we met. He was actually DJing for one of the other acts on the tour, and I didn't have a DJ. So he was like, yo, man, I can back you up. It's cool. Like, it's not a big deal. And that's how, like, me and him, we became close really quick. And then I didn't even know he made beats until, like, he, like, became my roommate. And he started showing me his beats. And I was like, yo, this dude is freaking dope. And so we were actually supposed to do a project way back then. And then things just didn't work out. Like, he ended up moving back to Ohio. I ended up moving back here. And so we kind of like, we always kept in contact, but it wasn't like, you know, it was just always like, hey, what's up, man? How are things going?
It wasn't like you guys. It wasn't like you two, right? It wasn't that same level. Wasn't that same level.
Exactly. So one day he hit me up with, you know, the beats, the first few beats, the three of them he sent me they're all on the album. It was, the beat for Mirror Image, the beat for Check Check, and the other beat I can't remember. But anyways, all right. It was all right. But just having him and his style of production, which is like, you know, that boom bap heavy sound, and it was right up our lane, man. And it was we definitely wanted to come out and, you know, be as good or even better than we were, you know, when we were making music heavy. And I think in the time that we took off, like, I think that helped us to grow as men, as husbands, fathers. You know, we lived life. You know, it was a 10-year span between the last project and this one. And just like, you know, his production definitely motivated us to like move in the direction of like, okay, like, I think we can start writing, you know, again, and not just make it sound like, man, these dudes like they just start rapping again out of nowhere. But like, us still being in the groove of like the stuff that we used to do, and it felt good. Like once we were done, it was like, yo, this is like, it's good. You know, it's not like, it doesn't sound like a project we just slapped together and just threw it out there. We really worked on it, and yeah, that was the end product was, you know, Growth Chart, and the title comes from, you know, us, you know, growing as, like I said, as, you know, as men, as husbands, as fathers, like, you know, going through life, and you grow, you change, you know, for the better most of the time, you know, which is good, you know. So yeah, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the maturation of, not from boys to men, but just more mature, and
Yeah,
and everything comes full circle. It's kind of like the equivalent of a friendship. Like it could be somebody you haven't spoken to in 2 or 3 years, right? And then the minute that you talk to him on the phone or see him, it's like you guys never left. So I kind of equate
right.
that with the 9-year hiatus in terms of you guys making something together. And it almost felt like for you guys, naturally, in essence, it never left. The rhythm, the chemistry, everything was still there once you guys aligned, and it became a natural thing. So that's beautiful. I mean, it's hard to do that, right, with specific people. So that's
Yeah.
It really is. And it came very organically too. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this
Yeah.
forced. Like it wasn't like, oh, we got these beats, we gotta finish this next song. Like let's hurry up and write. It was like literally like everything happened so organically, and
Yeah.
it happens. It was so much so natural that we finished the project, at least writing for it, like way faster than we expected. You know
yeah,
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
big time.
writing was done. We're like, oh wait, we only got one song left to write to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it was, you know, that just let us know that, you know, it was time for us to like start creating again in that form. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, man. And another thing, would you guys want to see? I've been wanting this for a long time, man. Whether you're an MC, a b-boy, you know, a breakdancer, a DJ, whatever facet, whatever element in hip hop that we represent for this beautiful city. I don't know. You know, New York has their museum of hip hop. The UK is going to have one. I think that. What do you guys think about a hip hop museum for Chicago, like the history of Chicago roots? How does that sound? Like, I don't know. I've been thinking about that for some reason. I just been thinking about that. Like, I think it'll be pretty amazing, man. Like a museum type of
And
deal, you know?
Yeah.
if it's been coming to your mind, that means it needs to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That would be
Yeah.
dope.
And I 100% believe that we need that. We should have that, because, you know, there are some artists that are out of Chicago, obviously more well known, the Kanye West, the Common, things of that nature.
The usual
But
suspects. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. But there are so many hip hop artists and covering all grounds, like you said, like b-boys, graffiti artists,
Right.
Yeah.
DJs, you know, that all come from Chicago, that are very foundational in culture and always have been. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I feel like, you know, it'd be well deserved for Chicago to have a hip hop museum of sorts. You know,
It's definitely, there's definitely a rich history, especially, you know, us at our age, growing up,
Yes.
and
Yes.
seeing and being in it, you know, from groups like Rubber Room, D to the S, Psychodrama, you know, Crucial Conflict,
Right.
just all those groups, that we grew up, you know, seeing, you know, Dirty MF, you know, Rhymefest,
EC Illa.
yeah,
Yeah.
ECL, the whole Ill State Assassins, you know, the Chamber, just groups
Ryan
that,
Fest,
yeah, Rhymefest, you know, he's been around since back then.
Oh
But
yeah.
seeing like the history of hip hop in Chicago, that would be dope to have a Chicago hip hop museum, because a lot of those guys, it would be dope to see them, you know, and their stories told, you know, because, you know, they're groups that tend to go under the radar because, you know, for whatever reason, you know, but us being
Right.
here in Chicago and growing up in the hip hop culture, we got to see them and experience them and see them rock live. So Rubber Room, that's one of my favorite groups out of Chicago, man. Those dudes, man, insane.
Yeah, those guys they were in another level. I don't know what drug they were on or whatever, gummy bears, whatever they were on. God bless them. They were dope. Whether it was natural or it was crazy, man. Rubber Room, they were insane. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them, Chicago legends. So
What up?
what's going on? I see Tiers. What is it? Tier Zero, is it? Okay. Shout out to Tier Zero. See, and that's another thing. I like to acknowledge everybody that's on the, chiming in. Because it goes fast. So sometimes I like to, at times you get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, Hector said you got to do. You three got to do an interview for Midwest Documentary, and he had added DJ Shondo. Yeah, dude, definitely.
That'll be super dope, man. Yeah, because like you mentioned, Jay, there's a bunch of guys that are under the radar and need to be showcased and exposed. So it's important, man. It's important because we do have a rich history here. So definitely, yeah. Shout out to Sean. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just having a conversation the other day, or the other week, I should say, actually, kind of going back to that era, and how much it influenced me, just like now as an artist and as an MC, where there were times like where I was supposed to be in school. And I would not go to school. And, we would meet up at like Navy Pier or North Pier back then.
It was the good old days.
And
cats would just be outside, just like ciphering, just rapping.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Simple
times.
What I
mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those times where, like, you never knew who you were gonna see, like who was going to be at one of those ciphers, you know what I mean? And you never knew where it would pop up. It would just happen. And like, that was Chicago back then, you know what I mean? It was like, everyone was like heavily involved in progressing the culture and progressing the art of hip hop, moving it forward. And now I would say, like, in 2021, we've definitely seen all of those fruits like come to pass. And you see people like Pugs doing major things, who's been crucial in the
big up to Pugs Adams.
Shout out to Pugs. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And oh snap! Hector said typical cats. You know what I'm saying? Bowman.
It's funny. That was it. It was in the head in the file, but I didn't mention it. So thank you, Heck. Yeah, typical cats.
Yeah, man.
Crawl Maker.
Yeah, definitely. So like, it's to take it back to what we originally were talking about. I think like a hip hop museum in Chicago would be amazing. I think it would be amazing and much needed, actually. Much needed.
Yeah. It's funny, man. So I know you guys can relate because Hector mentioned hella daytimes. So along with the daytimes, there was the warehouse parties, right? There was remember the random warehouse parties where, when 19 or 20, you didn't know anybody there and it's dark. And then somebody's ciphering in the corner. Somebody's in a pantry eating corn nuts, been freestyling. Another guy's throwing up. Like, it was real, man. It was, right?
The warehouse.
Like, I'm telling you, those moments are like, you can't recreate those moments. No. You just had to like experience it. You had to experience it.
The warehouse parties, the daytime house parties where you just cut classes like, yo, there's a party at this guy's crib. Let's go. All that.
It's 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll get my ass whipped later. It's cool. I'm gonna get my ass whipped anyway. So it's gonna be a good ass whip.
It's gonna be worth it.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, man. It's So again, man, this is I love the vibes here, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. When three Chicago brothers like us that love the culture so much can be on a platform, and again, like you guys said, it's been 9 years. This whole SlickBlast thing, man, it started off as what the hell? Why not? I have so many things I want to say. I want other people to exchange with, I want us to go back and forth and exchange dope stories, rich stories, history. And I said to myself, I just had to, man, because again, guys like you, OGs that we grew up with, current MCs, our generation, the next generation, I just think that everybody deserves their platform and everybody deserves to shine. And I truly, and from my heart, I truly feel that. Everybody can shine. We all can eat from the same table, if that makes any sense. I like to say that. We all can eat from the same table. Definitely. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful culture. So for everybody out there, don't be shy. Reach out to me. The younger MCs, there's a couple of guys I have in mind too, local guys that I also want to bring on. And let's do it, man. Like, we're here. We're a family. This is my virtual casa. You guys are more than welcome whenever you want. This is a safe space. You know what I mean?
Man, that's love. And honestly, man, we appreciate you for doing this, period. Like, because, this is where all things begin, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you start off with having an idea and you start off with being inspired.
Right.
And then you just have that moment of where you're like, fuck it, why not? Why shouldn't I do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's like 50 people watching or 5 people watching. You know what I mean? Like,
I always say that, bro. Putting
that vibration out and putting that energy out is going to have a positive effect, you know, because you started off with positive intentions. So I just say, I appreciate you for doing this. I appreciate you for having us on, man. Like I said, it's an honor just to even be able to be on here and chop it up with you. You know what I mean? Like,
man. It's a pleasure.
To interact.
Likewise.
So, we appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. So we have some time, man. We still got some time to chop it up. So I had to share this with you guys. I had Jay Dilla's uncle on, Uncle Herm. He's
I saw it.
Yeah, man. That guy's a trip, bro. That guy can talk, and you know what? And it wasn't a bad thing. I was like this.
Just taking it all in.
I'm taking it all in and absorbing. Because again, man, God bless him. Shout out to Uncle Herm, man. He's family, man. He's family. But 66-year-old man, a 66-year-old man that has that much energy. Wow.
Beautiful thing, man.
It's like we're in our age, like we can't even get off the damn couch. Like, it's crazy, man. But yeah, for anybody that missed the episode with Uncle Herm and Sean Doe, shout out to you, my brother. You were on. Sean Doe was on for a little bit too.
Sean Doe, what up, man?
What up, brother? Sean Doe, it's hilarious because he was on with me a couple months ago. I think it was a Raekwon tribute. I did a tribute for somebody, and he had to chime in real quick. He forgot that it was Verbal Kent, Brother Ali, Hector was with me that day, and MF Doom was supposed to open up, guys, at the Abbey Pub. You guys remember the Abbey Pub?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, God rest his soul, MF Doom. I think it's a cool story you guys would appreciate. MF Doom never showed up, and this is
the infamous Doom.
Yeah, exactly. So the super villain moniker definitely was shining that night because that dude didn't show up for nothing. He was just like, I'm gonna get my cousin and wear a mask and go to Kmart and and pretend he's gonna sign autographs. Like, oh man. So yeah, Sean Doe was there. I remember meeting him there. So that shout out to Sean Doe, man, because he's on, and he's shout out to Sean Doe and Heck. Hey, by the way, Heck just mentioned Sean Doe. You should have us 3 on at some point for an interview for Midway. So yeah, man, I'm bringing that to life. Thank you, Heck. I'm just trying to bring that to the universe because again, everybody. Yeah.
He said I left because he knew he wasn't coming.
Oh man, I don't blame you one bit, man. The
The Congress
Congress.
topped the cake. Oh man.
Yes, I was there.
Oh,
I was
wait,
there at
were
the
you
Congress.
you were there, Jay?
I was there at the Congress for that show,
Yeah,
yo.
we were there
I
I
was
was
too.
pissed. I was
I
pissed.
was mad that I didn't get to go, and then I heard how bad the show was, and then I was like, "Oh, all right, I'm not mad anymore."
Yeah, so
And
dude, it's
if I remember
crazy.
correctly, if I
Was
remember correctly, I think I actually walked to that show from my crib because I was
Yeah,
debating on like or not,
we were
and I was
living
like, nah, I know,
we were
I
living in
know he ain't
Logan
gonna
at the
do it.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
and I'm
that's
pretty sure I walked to Congress
Yeah.
from there. So mad that I wasted my energy to walk from that apartment to.
you walked literally 2 minutes. You're like, damn.
Most Def and MF Doom, and then the show ends up being terrible. Man, that's not good, not a good look, man. Not a good look. I
Eh,
was mad because Jay and Lex got to go, and I was like, dang, man, that's whack. I'm not gonna go. And then I heard how bad it was, and I was like, I'm good.
and it's so funny because Jay and Lex were there, and so was Heck and I. That's when we started hitting up concerts together, and it's so funny that you guys were there. And then they were throwing I remember this vividly. They were throwing beer cans back when you could drink beer cans because sometimes plastic cups, people get stupid. But
Yeah.
dude, it was like a WWE, like a free for all. People were throwing cans, and then Heck goes like this. Heck goes, hey, P, you want to ride, dog? You want to go get some tacos? I'm like, yeah, let's go get tacos. Let's go.
Time to go when the beer cans start getting chucked at the stage.
Oh man. Oh, that's so crazy. Shout out to DJ Daryl D, repping Arizona, All Things Funky 151. He's an OG too, man. Hip hop OG, a DJ. Shout out to him. He
What
said
up,
there was
y'all?
he said there was a fake Doom at Rock the Bells back in the day. Dude, there was a fake
Oh
Doom
man.
everywhere, dude.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
the super villain. He was
Yeah.
really the super villain.
Yes, he was. So the IG police cops at times, gentlemen, sometimes they give you the countdown where it's like you gotta get off, and then there's times where it's like the 1 hour mark. It's cool. So we could chop it up for a little more. That'll be cool.
Yep.
This is another question I'm gonna throw at you guys. This one is not a curveball. This is gonna be a basic right in the middle. I love our sports. I love our sports references, but so far live hip hop show. Both of you guys, respectfully, who has been your favorite hip hop live show from your entire life, from when you were a teenager up to even recent? Who's your favorite hip hop show? It could be any show individually, a group. It could be an event. Like who? Yeah.
Okay, I got this. So for me, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and have a tie. I got two shows,
Okay.
and the first one was the first hip hop show I ever went to in my life, and my dad took me to it. I was 7 years old, I think I was. This was this is the '80s, so like you could take a kid anywhere back then.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So my dad took me to a show. It was Heavy D and the Boys back then.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. Heavy
Enemy.
D.
Heavy D and the Boys, Public Enemy.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, Public Enemy, Kid and Play,
Damn.
Big Daddy Kane, and I forget who the last act was. But yeah, it was just like the craziest show I ever seen. Like, I mean, Heavy D and the Boys, like they was dancing and like Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone was dancing and spitting, and Public Enemy was just like that's where I got like my mind blown on some, like I didn't even understand a lot of the lyrics back then,
Right.
but still I was just like there's some kind of like movement in these lyrics that I feel, at 7 years old.
Yes.
So that was like my first experience, my first hip hop show that I ever went to, and I think that's the reason why I move so much and dance so much when I'm on stage, is because I saw that show as my first show, and I had that reference point of those MCs moving and dancing so much and still being able to like rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So my first show, and then the tie, I'm still cheating a little bit because he's not not technically a hip hop artist, but he's an MC to me. He can flow, and it is Damian Jr. Gong Marley.
Oh yeah, the Marley
Man,
bloodline, man. Come on now.
Yo,
Yeah.
seeing him live, saw him live at the House of Blues.
Yep.
Crazy.
That was one of the best shows I've been to. We went to that show together.
Oh wow, okay.
And
cool.
shout out to his flag man, the dude that waves the flag for the entire 2-hour set. Man, that dude killed it.
Damn.
Killed it. Yeah. Like that show was just, it was full of energy, yo. Full of energy, and just, man, it's crazy. So those are my two.
You blew me away. I took off my hat. If you noticed that, when there's that was a holy shit moment when you said Heavy D. Because that guy was
straight up.
He was special, man. That dude was so special, and he was charismatic. He was a smooth dude. Yeah, man. So rest in peace to Pete Rock's cousin, Heavy D, man, the legendary Heavy D. So that's cool that you got to see him in the physical. Very cool.
Definitely.
And I'm gonna pass the ball to you, Wiz.
Man, I'm gonna we'll just get one show. That's it.
No, you could do like he cheated, so you could cheat too.
Okay, I could cheat a little bit. Okay. No, man, it's hard. It's hard because I seen both groups live and they both just freaking smashed the stage. But Tribe and De La, I would say those two are tied to me as far as like the best shows I've seen. And that Damian Marley show, that's definitely one of the best shows I've been to too. And then I guess branching out from Tribe, Q-Tip, when he was on the Renaissance tour at House of Blues, that was a great show. So those like probably my top three. Well, I guess four because De La Soul and Tribe separate. But man, I was like thankful that I got to see Tribe as a whole, and this was way after they did the Love Movement. They played at Congress with the homies, the Percussions, and then
I was there. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was there. The Percussions. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that was a dope show. That was my first time seeing Tribe, and they just freaking rocked it. And then when they headlined Rock the Bells that one year.
You were at Senley Park in 07?
Yeah.
Okay, so
to me, that was probably the best Rock the Bells because it was all four members of Far Side. Man, Nas, Mos Def, gosh, man, everybody was
Mortal
there.
Technique, Brother Ali,
Mortal Technique, Tribe, like, oh my God, that was such a dope like Rock the Bells, man.
Yeah.
But as far as acts, I gotta say Tribe, De La Soul, man, them dudes freaking destroy the freaking stage. And then Damian Marley and Q-Tip solo, like he kills it too. Like seeing him at the House of Blues, like that was dope.
Yeah, so speaking of which, 07, Rock the Bells, that's when I met Lex for the first time, and he had a Run DMC. We still have I have a picture actually posted on my IG way back. It was Hector and I. We went with my buddy Nicky. Shout out to Nicky, man. I've known that cat since I was 5 years old. He's Sean Penn. He's a Chicago Sean Penn. Anyway, yeah, he resembles Sean Penn, and I mess with him. Sometimes I call him what's that movie with Sean Penn where he kind of plays you know what I'm talking about? I Am Sam. I Am Sam.
Yeah.
So my brother he hates it when I call him I Am Sam, but I love him, man. But I love the guy. And I met Lex. It was funny because me and Hector, literally, Nicky disappeared. He was smoking weed with some guys that he met like 10 seconds into the event. So he disappeared, drank a Slurpee, fanny packs and all. Me and Hector are walking the fields, and then Lex by himself. He's just, he's a teddy bear kind of guy, and he's, hey, and then Heck's like, I went to grammar school. That's my boy from grammar school. Hey, and then Lex was, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? And then us three stood together the whole night. And yeah, Rock the Bells for me too was a very monumental, man, because a lot of people, like you said, Fife was alive in the physical. You
Yeah,
mentioned
man.
Far Side. It's
Yeah.
it sucks. And by the way, everybody can relate. Far Side, dude, I wish on behalf of all of us, I know that we wish that Far Side, this whole crap, two on this side and two on that side, they need to cut the bullshit and just come back with a new
Yeah,
album. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely,
It's
man.
yeah, man. It's I don't know. These guys
It's
gotta
unfortunate that they're like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know, I don't even know why the separation exists. But I mean, they had such a dope chemistry with the four of them together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just not the same when it's two over here and two over there. You know?
Yeah.
and no go
I was
ahead.
gonna say that's why it was so dope to see the four of them together, like on stage at that Rock the Bells, because they killed it too, man. Their show was super dope.
Absolutely. And no pun intended, but it's bizarre, the bizarre ride. It's bizarre that Imani and Booty Brown own the rights to the Far Side name. And then on the flip
Yeah.
side, you got Fat Lip and Slim Kid Trey. They're just themselves. So it's like when they come to Chicago or wherever they perform, it's still the Far Side no matter what. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's still like Willis Tower. What you talking about, Willis Tower? No, it's a Sears Tower, damn it. I'm sick
Exactly.
of this crap. And now, like,
US Cellular Field's always gonna be Comiskey. Lakeshore Drive is always gonna be Lakeshore Drive.
yeah, like God forbid Wrigley Field turns into T-Mobile Arena or Wrigley Spearmint Gum. I don't know. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just utter ridiculousness. But yeah, man. So the Far Side, Pete Rock and Seal Smooth, just guys that we love and admire from afar, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully everything comes to fruition at some point, man. But before we dip out, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you guys on. And once again, this is a moment for myself as a proud Puerto Rican, as it is for you two gentlemen. It's been a pleasure having you guys on, chopping it up, and it's almost like the vibes were natural and everything was. I like the conversation, man. It just flowed easily, so that's cool, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. And before we ride out, man, is there anybody that you guys would like to shout out? It could be family, it could be someone special in your life. You guys, it's your platform. You guys want to shout anybody out before we head out?
Yeah, I definitely. First and foremost, I like to shout out everyone who has rocked with us from the beginning, everyone who is just now starting to rock with us, and all our future fans who will rock with us.
That's right.
Yeah, big up.
For me, it's like I mean, we're all creative individuals, right? Some of us are tapped in different ways.
Right.
But for me, I create literally just whatever I'm feeling and the need to get it out. And then I hope that someone will appreciate it and hear it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just very grateful and thankful to have so many people who rock with us and support us and appreciate the music, appreciate the culture, especially like our home base in Chicago, all the way like to other countries, where we've been getting love and things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just a beautiful and I want to express my gratitude to everyone who just like has been with us, you know what I mean, through this whole ride, and then like I said, is joining now, you know what I mean, and we have so much love for the people that we come in contact with, the people that we interact with, and anyone who meets us will tell you that like once we have an interaction, it's like you become fam, like just like we're sitting here having this conversation. It's like now we're fam.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
We approach it the same way with the people that listen to our music and the people that just send us love and repost our stuff and things of that nature. And it's like one big family unit now. You know what I mean? And so that's who I primarily want to give a shout out to. Is because we do it for us, but it's also lovely to know that the things that we do for us, we're actually doing it for other people as well. And they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Beautifully said. Wisdom, anybody you want to shout out? Any special people? Anybody that comes to mind?
I want to shout out, I guess just a lot of the new artists coming up now, that are keeping, this just raw, organic, just authentic, real hip hop music alive, man. There's a lot. Like, some of them go under the radar, some of them are getting their shine. But I love seeing it, man. Like, artists like, Joey Badass, he's been around for a while, but, seeing that hip hop is still alive and it's still like very, in people's face, it hasn't gone anywhere. Like people say, like for a long time, there was the term hip hop is dead. It wasn't dead. It was just that you couldn't really find it unless you really looked.
Right.
So I just want to shout out like just the artists that are, keeping that true authentic hip hop alive, man. There's, everything is a balance in life. There has to be this and there has to be that. A lot of times that outweighs this. But it's good that just true hip hop artists are still doing it. Seeing Blue Rock, Elzai is one of my favorites. Freaking Royce the 5'9" is a lyrical monster. Just artists that are out and still, killing it on the microphone. I know I've been mentioning her a lot, but Vel the Wonder, like, man, she's
slept on. She slept on.
Man,
yeah, underappreciated.
She's a beast.
She is.
Brittany Carter from Chicago, also a beast, man.
Yes.
Lyric Jones, Fillmore Green, our homies that rock, since '96, Meek, Add Two, all them dudes that are just like really doing it, Little Brother, all them dudes that are still out there, still making great hip hop music. Shout out to all of them, because it's not a lot of times that appreciation gets shown from one artist to another. So I just want to give appreciation to them, big time.
That's nice, man. Great kind words from both of you guys. Speaking of the next generation and potentially, he's an elite. Little D. The young guy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
he's dope.
And I mentioned this to John Robinson. I had him on a couple, I think it was last week. I don't even remember. I had him on recently, John Robinson. He's been in the game for a long time. And very nice guy too. So we were talking about Little D for like 5 minutes, and he said like, he's like, dude, you grew up watching Little D on Instagram. Like, he's grown up before our very eyes, and the ceiling is still high for that kid. Like, that's beautiful. As you mentioned, Wiz, it's not dead and it's not going away anytime soon, Jay, right? Hip hop's not going away anytime soon. And Little D at 16 or 17, that's a testament to preserving his culture and continuing to hold the flag. So that's beautiful, man, to have kids like that. So, yeah, gentlemen. So, yeah, it's once again, man, you guys are always more than welcome to come back on in the future, as I want to continue to showcase talent here in Chicago, because I do feel it's important. There's a lot of stories that have yet to be, not told or not heard. So I feel like that's my responsibility to showcase everybody as much as possible. Everybody deserves for their light to be shined,
Yeah.
So
I guess I think this is Hector, Ill Conscious, Khan, Locksmith, Kid Abstract, Marlon Craft, Token. Yeah, all those dudes, man. All those dudes keeping real lyricism alive. So speaking of from that list, Kid Abstract, he's a very humble guy as well. He's actually going to be a guest on. He told me there's a song he's going to be releasing soon. He said once he's done with that, he's going to be on SlickBlast. So definitely please check out for that interview with him. That should be interesting. So definitely.
And we got
future collaboration with
Wes.
him. That's you know just a little nugget there, but future
Yeah.
1773 Kid Abstract collaboration in the works. So yeah, big ups
We
to
got
Kid
something in the
Abstract.
works.
There
Big
you
up to Kid
go.
Abstract. That's the homie.
There you go. You heard it here first on SlickBlast RapCast. A future collab with 1773 and Kid Abstract. Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, man.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I thank you guys for being on. This was a special one for me. Once again, Boriquas in the building, in the virtual building.
Boriquas.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. So, guys, you have yourselves a wonderful night. Stay safe as always. Great health to you and your families. And
Likewise, brother.
yeah, man. And I'll be rocking that 1773, man. It's still in rotation. So you guys are doing something right. You guys are doing something right. So
Dope,
man. And we got a lot more in the future coming too. We got a lot in the works. So just stay tuned.
We got 2 more projects dropping this year. A lot of videos coming soon. So we got a lot in the works, man. In 1773, we hit the ground running. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. There's a lot of new stuff coming.
looking forward to it, gentlemen. All right, y'all. Well, have a blessed night, and I'll be posting this. I'll be tagging everybody and their mama, and we'll spread the adobo and sazon, and everybody can inhale it. Don't inhale it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Metaphorically inhale it. All right, y'all. And have a good night, all right? I appreciate y'all.
You too, man. All right. Peace, brother.
God bless. Peace, man. Yes, sir. All right. There it is. 1773. So yeah, that was great. Thank you for them being on. It was a pleasure. And I am the Balkan Nostalgic. This is SlickBlast RapCast. See you guys soon.